Okay, so I decided to do my project on Ayesha Curry's tweet following Game 6 of the NBA Finals. For those of you who don't know, Ayesha Curry is the wife of the Golden State Warriors starting point guard and two-time MVP Steph Curry. She's known not only for being his wife, but also for her cooking show and her cookbook, The Seasoned Life. She's also known for outspokenness on social media, especially Twitter. Last year, the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers played a 7-game playoff series to win the national championship title. The first team to win 4 games, regardless of whether or not they make it to Game 7, wins. After Game 4, the league assessed a flagrant foul by Draymond Green that involved him striking LeBron James in the groin. They decided to then suspend Draymond Green from playing in Game 5 for his dirty play. The Warriors had a 3-1 lead leading into Game 5, but without Green they lost and the teams move on to Game 6. So before it even started, Game 6 was an intense game. It was hosted in Cleveland, and not only was it the return game for Draymond Green, it was also the game that determined whether the Warriors would again be the national champions, or it was also a chance for the Cavaliers to tie up the overall score and bring the series to Game 7. In Game 6, the refs were calling a lot of fouls for both teams, some good, some bad, but a lot of the calls were unfair. And in the last 4.5 minutes of the game, Steph Curry was called for his 6th foul. Upon hearing the foul was on him, he threw his mouth guard in the stands and he hit a fan. He immediately apologized to the fan. He was just in shock, I think, because he hadn't fouled out of a game since December of 2013. But because of his reaction, he received a technical foul and he was ejected from the game. So people began to immediately argue whether or not it was really a foul, just because of the way the game was going all night. But the Warriors lost, and the series moved on to Game 7 with the teams tied at 3-3. So, following the game, Ayesha Curry was not shy about tweeting her thoughts in a message to her followers. She wrote, "I've lost all respect. Sorry, this is absolutely rigged for money or ratings, not sure which. I won't be silent. I just saw it live. Sorry." Of course, she and Steph began to receive a lot of criticism, and she deleted the tweet. Ultimately, Steph was fined $25,000 for his outburst, and her tweet was the biggest topic of conversation in most of his press conferences, in the news, on ESPN, of course all over Twitter. So she then sent out a series of tweets apologizing, and she wrote, "Tweeted in the heat of the moment because the call was uncalled for. Police racially profiled my father and told him to remove credentials and tried to arrest him. It's been a long night for me. I apologize. I'm okay that we lost. I just can't take people coming at my family for absolutely no reason, something I don't understand or stand for." When Steph was asked about that tweet, the original one, he would joke around and say that for Game 7 he was going to disconnect the Wi-Fi. But he did stand by his wife, and he said, "When it comes to Twitter and all that, everybody says stuff where you get caught up in the moment. After a while, you can kind of stand calm and down, and things might not be as you thought. I don't fault her for showing some emotion on Twitter." When it comes to the idea of media literacy, Ayesha Curry could have done a lot better. She's well aware that her family was going to be in the spotlight after that game regardless, and she still sent out an emotionally motivated tweet. Not only was she hurting herself, but it was also hurting her husband and could have really affected his career. She, like many of us, was not thinking about the repercussions of her actions during that time and used Twitter as a channel for her to speak candidly about what she was thinking. Ayesha obviously did not remind herself that what you put out on the internet lives forever, and even though she has since deleted the tweet, there are still screenshots of it all over the internet. So she was not showing media literacy, or wasn't really thinking about what she was doing.